Hi, my name is Samantha Lasath, and today I'm going to talk to you about this story written by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, The Yellow Wallpaper. So, just to give you a little backstory on Miss Charlotte, so she's from Connecticut, northern Connecticut. Connecticut's a beautiful area. I grew up in Connecticut. And she's a homeschool teacher as well as an art teacher. So she gets married, and her husband is, decided she's depressed, so he has her admitted into the hospital, a mental hospital. And I don't know if it happened at that time, but Miss Charlotte was able to write some really beautiful stories that were inspired by just, I guess, that experience and just having a beautiful mind and not quitting on herself. So this I think was her first release, The Yellow Wallpaper. It is so beautifully written. The characters in the story are the narrator, the person who's telling the story, and she makes mention of a John character who is supposedly the husband, but it could be her physician. And she mentions a Jenny character or Anna Mary character who takes care of a child that she may have had. So the characters in the story, yeah, they're not really in the story. She just kind of mentions them. Now, the setting of the story, I think, happens in a mental hospital, but she describes the place as a colonial mansion or a hereditary estate that she's staying in for a few months for like a summer home. Now, the plot of the story, in my opinion, is a sequence of the narrator having a nervous condition and how her mind spends the day under treatment. So, yeah, it's just so my theme is the complexity of the experience because she's in her writings. Miss Charlotte was able just to capture a lot of the intricate details of life in general. When I think about biology, when I think about science, I think about, how, someone has to, observe life in order to be able to take a note of it. So in her writings, she just beautifully was able to describe just so much detail in the workings of a really extremely busy mind. So it's a really good read, and yeah, that's my take on it. When she describes the garden that she can view outside of her barred window, like it's such a beautiful story, and she describes that this woman lives. Eventually, she describes herself as the woman who lives inside of the wallpaper and has been able to creep out of the wallpaper, okay, to experience life. So it's just like a really beautiful story. So if ever get the chance to read it, please read it. But yeah, that's my take on The Yellow Wallpaper, and thanks for listening.